Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 battle. This is part of the Tiny tournament, I think it was called, hosted by Carvon on the Slytherin forums. It's 600-point armies on tiny maps. In this tournament, I have the Indian Hindu North Army. This time around, my opponent is Ian David Smith. He's got Indo-Greeks with Kushan allies, which I'm not terribly familiar with, so let's take a look. Well, there's lots of options, that's for sure. Elephants, cataphracts, light spear cavalry, and then a fair number of non-light horse archers and cheap light spear Indian cavalry. Very strong light cavalry wing. Keep in mind that 600 is half, right? So he's got up to 7 units of light horse, which in a medium-sized battle would be 14. So he's got lots of light horse available. Heavy foot options are just pike phalanx. Otherwise, it's 1 Thurio Fodoi and Indian close fighters and light foot. So it's light and shooty. And even if he goes very heavy, we won't be seeing too much in the way of hard-hitting melee troops. I don't believe I'll be able to count on him just conveniently charging this difficult slope, but we can try to set up a battle line using these two hills. We'll have elephants to zone of control lock, and hopefully to just keep cavalry away from our massed archers, because we're going to have a lot of massed archers. There we go. Get some Lancer cavalry in the plain, and some infantry swordsmen. So we have 200 points left. What to do? It's potentially a very shooty list. I think I will want my own 2 units of light horse, and I wouldn't mind some forest tribesmen to seize that wood, maybe. 114 points left. Do I want infantry or cavalry at this point is the question. More archers, and then Indian Lancers. Maybe more Indian Lancers. So we'll use the Indian Lancers to either run down lights or engage non-light horse archers. We'll use the elephants to fight melee cavalry and zone down pike phalanx if they arrive. And our archers to shoot everything else is basically the plan. We'll see how that works out, of course. Right. And we'll get ready to quickly seize this hill. And it is possible that he'll deploy to simply avoid this side of the map, in which case these troops will have to move. But for now, we'll assume a straightforward battle line. Next turn. Oh no. Alright, I guess we're going to have a bit of a shooting match, and I believe he brought more things that can shoot. So what we might end up needing to do is withdrawing our elephants behind our archers. We'll need to try to hit the cataphracts with our elephants. We have nothing else that can fight them. Right. So I think we'll fight here and here. We might kind of leave the center thinly held because it's low ground. Next turn. Alright, straightforward enough. Maybe we'll fight a line here. But I am depending on my left to hit him hard. Next turn. Please waste your arrows. Please. Right, elephants towards the cataphracts. Lancers to counter the mounted archers. And let's not open up harassment yet. These lancers will be needed against the pike phalanx, I think. Now, do I want to seize this village? I don't think so. Well, I might want to be... I wish this unit was here, so it was ready to move into the built-up area at least. But it's not, so we're just going to have to deal with it. Be ready... Oh, for Christ's sake. We'll be ready to shuffle into place there. There. I don't want the elephants' zone of control locked by some medium foot lurking in the village or anything. I want them to get around. Next turn. Alright, archery duel begins. I wouldn't mind seeing if we get a quick and easy disruption in there. Could cost our light javelin horse if they stick, but I don't think they will stick. No. Let's put some hurt on these and risk disruption on my elephants, because even if they do disrupt, they should be able to take on cavalry without great difficulty. Good. Gain that hill. And since we couldn't disrupt by charging, let's see if we can disrupt by fire. Close fighters will push for the village. Even if the Thriophoroi get there and we lose, I don't really care. I just want to get the elephants in amongst them. What about here? Dangerous. I think I should wait to move forward with these lancers. Force him to at least move forward to shoot at them and expose himself to more fire and lose his stationary shooting bonus rather than just trundle into their firing arcs. Next turn. Oh, well, at least that's something. Held firm, very good. Okay. Well, first things first. Actually, I'm not sure what's first. Maybe we try for a disrupt on his archers. Good. Now with that, we can attempt to break this unit. And even if we don't break it, we've managed to put the pressure on. Zone of control lock his pikemen. And push these cavalry archers. Very good. Elephants towards the cataphracts, and lancers to right in the nomad horse archers. Next up, we charge the Indian archers. Fragged. Good. And I think we should attempt to disrupt the Thriophoroi as a threat to our elephants. Looks like they're going to hold firm. We'll give it one more go. Perfect. Now we close into contact. We'll have to tank a couple volleys of arrow fire. We might disrupt, but even so, if we break this frag unit, it could spread more panic. So we're managing to hit his squishy underbelly and avoid real contact with his heavy hitters. Although this veteran armored cavalry might break our zone of control lock or charge down some archers, but we can lose some archers. It's not the end of the world. Next turn. Let's see if we can follow up on our initial success. Ooh. Try to frag this unit. Good. Now charge him with the light cavalry and see what kind of reaction we get. Pretty good. Next up, hit this frag unit. Disrupts them. Can't get a field of fire, unfortunately. Well, that's quite alright. Held firm. Impressive. Good. Let's get some casualties on this unit then. Can't cause a break, of course. Did get a frag. You can fall back, I believe. Good. Get that frag. Oh no! Well, goodbye to my light archers then. Let's see, we can't evade this charge, and he might zone of control lock me. But we can, at least by moving here, even if we can't prevent the charge, moderately disorder his cataphracts. Which gives us a chance to at least draw out the action, which is all we need at this point. This unit will start pushing to this hill. I'm going to riddle these lightly protected irregular foot with arrows next. And all we have to do with the phalanx is continue our staring contest or invite them to charge. Onward. Next turn. We're well on our way to victory. Really see what could stop us at this point. That'll be a bounce, so no problem. That was just lucky. I mean, we had the disordering effect of the elephants, but it was still lucky. Do we... Nope, we've got one more turn to fight it out. For starters, it takes care of the cataphracts. Right. The rest is all a formality, but we might as well go through the motions. Do we catch them? No. Right. Probably thinking too hard about this. Disruption, good. Right, so it's 54%. That should do it. I really don't see that many rallies happening. Right, so it looks like the end here. One rally. 2 rallies. Oh, what they pursue in. Oh, man. It's going to say 38%. That's not a win. Great. So we have a victory after all. So my opponent was also using an Indian-type army. The thing about these armies are that you can get pretty decisive wins like this, but if you get a crack in the line, it goes downhill pretty fast with all these squishable archers. So let's see, one notable thing is a repetition of this zone of control lock with 36-point lancers on 72-point pike phalanx. Very irritating. The other thing would be here, his archers advanced too far ahead without a proper screen, and I was able to engage them in melee with my own elephants and the close fighters. And one more thing to keep in mind was that these Indian light horse are just your standard light spear javelin horse, but they can do pretty well on impact against the Indian archers because they have no impact capabilities. And the last thing was, cataphracts are nice and all, but it's really hard to use in the face of elephants because they can't evade and they don't move very fast and they're not maneuverable. So it was too difficult for them to get out of the way of my elephant charge. I will note also on sort of a broader level that with these sorts of non-league or non-automated tournaments, you get players of all sorts of experience levels or number of hours in the game thrown together. My opponent Ian has, I think, less hours in the game than I do because I have a disgusting number of hours in the game. And so these sorts of matches can be a little bit harsh on less experienced players, although when I was learning the game, I played my fair share of these sorts of matches as well, and they are a good way to learn. So, a good game to Ian, and till next time.